Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to our live streaming event for Google GEG Ortigas and GEG Amman. And this is our second time to do this, right, Georgina?
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody from Amman, Jordan. It's 8 a.m. over here.
And it's 2 p.m. here in the Philippines. So for today's session, this session is basically entitled how do we title this again? Google Docs
We're going to,
101, right? So we have Google Docs 101. So we'll talk about how to use Google Docs. So basically, Google Docs is like Microsoft Word, but it's just way better. That's why I'm using it. Okay. So we'll talk about Google Docs, and if you have question, let us know by leaving a comment and we'll try to answer them. If you have questions during the demonstration, just leave a comment and then we'll try to answer them. Okay? So,
absolutely. And if you guys want to let us know your name and where you're calling from so we can shout out all the cities and countries that we reach today, that'd be super cool. We're really excited to join GEG Ortigas and GEG Amman today to show the power of global collaboration through Google for Education. So this is our first GEG uniting across continents. So please go ahead and let us know where you're calling from so we can shout out.
yes. Okay, so let's get started. So, let's start how to create a Google Doc. So, you need to have a Gmail account or an Edu account, and then you go to drive.google.com. So all you need to do is sign in using your Gmail account or your Edu account. And to create a document, just click New and then click Google Docs. So let me know, Georgina, if you can see my screen.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Okay, there you
And
go.
it's really easy to get started. That's great.
My apologies because the internet here in the Philippines is not very fast. Okay, it depends on the time, but hopefully everything will go smoothly. Okay, so we have a simple document here. Okay, let me change the font style so anything that I type, you can see it clearly. And let me zoom
Okay.
in some more. Okay, so it's so easy to create a Google document. So the first option that I showed you is through the use of Google Drive by clicking New and then clicking Google Docs. And then we'll get a fresh document. That's one
Okay.
way of creating a Google Doc. Or from Google Drive, we have this what we call the Google Apps launcher on the upper right. Can you see it clearly? There you go.
Yeah.
Inside your profile, all you need to do is click that one and then look for Google Docs. So all the apps of Google made by Google is already available in our app launcher. So just click Google Docs and it will launch again a fresh uh, document, a blank document. So, oh, not really a blank document, but you need to click the plus sign for the blank, or if you want to use the resume or a template for resume, just click the plus sign or any of the thumbnails. Okay. So when you click plus sign, you have the fresh document. That's the second option for us to create a document. Okay. So I already demonstrated two, and let me show you the last one. So let's say you want to quickly create a Google document. Just from a new tab or from a new window, just type, let me make, okay, just type docs.new. Okay. I just can't zoom it, but just type docs.new. And then when you press enter, you get a fresh document. Okay.
Like
So
a
there
brand
are,
new document right from
yes.
Google Docs. Wow.
Yes. So there you have. So it's just the same. Click new and then Google Docs from the app launcher of Google Apps, or just from the Omnibox from the URL, just type docs.new. Okay,
Did
so there
I have a
are.
question, Gary?
Go ahead.
Does that mean that I'll be able to see the Google Doc in my search browser later on as well, since I created it from the search browser? Do you know?
So since we created it in from the URL box, by default, since you're logged in, it will be in your Google Drive. Anything that you create from the URL will be saved on the signed in account. So
That's
yes, you can.
wonderful.
So it's not just docs.new, okay? So let's say, so this is where for today's session is all about Google Docs, but you can also create a new slide, a new sheet by using sheets.new, or if you want to create a new slide, just type slide.new. Okay, I forgot, I missed the period. So all these are available. If you want to create a new form, just type forms.new. If you want to create a new site, oops, sorry. So if you want to create a new site, it's just simple as sites.new. Okay? So, but for today, we will concentrate on docs.new. Okay? So there are several ways of creating a Google document. So one from Google Drive, second is from the Google Apps Launcher, third is from your Omnibox. Okay? Hello?
This is great, Gary. So,
Ah,
um, so shall
go
we
ahead.
show them the second part of today?
What's on the second part? Wait, let me check again. So now we have to insert a table. So usually to organize data, we want to insert a table. So to insert a table, we want to insert. So we make use of the command insert. There you go. Just click it and then you scroll. Okay, sorry. Insert and then table, and then there you have it. So all you need to do is identify if you want to create 4 columns with 3 rows, just highlight and then click. Okay, so automatically you will have 4 columns and 3 rows. So let's just say you want to align everything on the first row in the middle. So just highlight them and then click the center icon. So it's like the usual word processing. If you're familiar with other word processing software, it's very, very similar.
It
So there
seems
you
to be
go.
really easy, Gary. That's great.
Yes. And then let's say if you want to merge 2 columns, just highlight them and then you right click and then you merge. There you go. So to merge some cells. So if you want to merge 2 cells on top of each other, just highlight them and then you merge again. Right click and then merge cells. There you go. So how to insert a table. Very, very
Do
easy
you
to do.
do you
Yes.
know, Gary, how I can format the table? Like if I want to change the color maybe and create like a header. I know like when we're presenting data in science lessons at school, we want to make sure like the headers look a little different than the data. Do you know how to do that?
Okay, so for example, we have heading one. Let me type something here, okay? Heading, heading two, and then heading three. Oops, sorry. Heading, okay. I'm just saying heading three because this is the column header number three, okay?
Sure.
So heading four. So let's say you want to make it change. So by default, this is the normal text. So you can see that this is a normal text because there you go. If wherever your mouse is, when you click the text, so whatever is seen here, that's the formatting, which is the default formatting for each text. But if you want to change it to something else, so let's say you want to format it some in another way, change the color, change the font style. It's just on the right side. Just change and look for a different font style, a different color, a different size. So there you go to change the size. But for example, you have the body of the document. Let's say usually
Yeah.
teachers conduct research. So we create a research paper. So we have, for example, chapter one and then chapter two, right? and then chapter 3, and then let's say chapter 3.1, chapter 3.2. Let me change it, and then let's say chapter 4. I just copied and pasted them. So let's say to format them properly, because this formatting are basically for a body text. But if we are creating a research paper, it's better if we will format them as using the styles. When I say the styles,
Ah,
there's a different formatting for that. So it should be formatted proper or accordingly by saying this is chapter heading 1. Okay. So let's say I want to, so when I press enter, look what will happen to my, let me zoom in a little
yeah.
more. Okay. So you can see it in your screen. So when I press enter, right now this line is, okay, sorry, this line is formatted as heading 1. But when I
Hmm.
press enter, automatically it will become normal text, because usually after a formatted text, a heading 1, it should be followed by the body text. So normally it's a normal text, formatted as normal text. Okay, so let's say let's put a different line for each of these. Okay, a separate, a double spacing. So if I want to copy, so this is heading 1, and chapter 2 is normal text, chapter 3 and the rest are normal text. If I want to copy the same formatting for each chapter, all I need to do is make use of the paint format and then click the text. Okay, so it will become heading 1. So take note again, this is chapter 3 and that is normal text. If I want to copy, all I need to do, first step, is to select the source of formatting, which is this one, and then click the paint format, and then the next step or the last step is to click the target text. So I'll click chapter 3, it will now become heading 1 again.
It's
So
like magic, Gary. It's
yes,
wonderful.
to make it more clearer. So let's just say, aside from formatting it as as heading 1, let's change the color of it to blue. Okay.
Okay.
So again, this is heading 1, and this is also heading 1. At the same time, we want to make it, to change the color to blue. So to make it easier, so instead of clicking again and again the paint format, we can, first step is to select the pattern, and then double click the format painter, and then click the next target word, and then click the rest of the text that you want to format using the same formatting like heading 1. So you don't have to
That's
click and click
amazing.
format painter all the time. So when you double click it, you can use it multiple times. So when you're done using the paint format, just click it again. So it will be deactivated. Okay. So there you go. So we have chapter title as heading 1 and then color blue. Let's say, excuse me, we want to format chapter 3.1 as heading 2. So we select heading 2. And then let's say we want to format it as color orange, for example. So let's change its format, or let me change it to a darker one. Okay, maroon. So to apply the same formatting, just click paint format and then highlight the text. Okay, so most probably you will wonder, why do we have to format it as heading 1, heading 2, heading 3? In a little while, I will explain. Okay, now, usually each chapter starts on a new page, right? It shouldn't be
Yeah.
in the middle of the page. So let's say we want to put this chapter 1 on the next page. So what do we do? Usually, well, the old way, the before I knew this one, I used to press the return key or the enter key several times. But it's a bad practice, because we're not supposed to do that, because if we adjust the font size, it will affect the location of the text. So the proper way to
Right.
move the next text is by clicking insert, and then break, and then page break. Okay, so it will be moved to the next page. So we have
So
now,
simple. This is so
yeah, so we have now
amazing.
a blank page. So let's say, let's put a title here. So let's say let's type here Google Docs 101. Okay. So let's format this one now as the title. So we have now in page 1, Google Docs 101, and then in page 2, we have chapter 1. So let's move the next chapter to the next page. You can insert, and then you can do it from the menu by clicking insert and then break and then page break, or you can make use of the shortcut key. This one is for Mac, so it means we have to press command enter to move it to the next page, or for Windows it's basically control enter, so to force the rest of the text on the next page. So that's how you do it. We're not supposed to press the enter key several times. Okay.
Okay.
So let me move the last chapter or chapter 4 to the last page. So we have now the chapter title at the beginning of each page. Now, again, I mentioned earlier, why do we have to format it properly? Because if you do that, you can easily create a table of contents in less than 5 seconds. So I don't know if you've experienced creating a table of contents, because before, when I don't know technology, I used to manually look for the page of each chapter and then type it on the first page as as part of my table of contents. But when I found out about how to create table of contents properly, I regret my old ways. So
Yeah, you're not alone, Gary. I used to scroll through everything as well and look for
yes.
page numbers. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So now, to easily create a table of content, you have to format it properly. And to
Mhm.
create a table of content using Google Docs, all you need to do is click Insert, and then Table of Contents, and then with page number. So you will see, ta-da, we have now a table of content.
Wow.
So it is automatically created for us because we formatted the document or each chapter title properly. And take note that we format chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4 as heading 1, while chapter 3.1 and chapter 3.2 we formatted it as heading 2. That is why it's automatically indented. Aside from that, if we want to go to chapter 4, which is at the end of this document or this one, we don't have to scroll down if we have a table of content. All we need to do is move our cursor there and then click the hyperlink. So the table of content also create a hyperlink to the page or a pointer, or wherein the you can click the text and you will automatically uh, you will be scrolled down to the for that particular page. So there you go.
I love
So,
that. I never was able to do that in Microsoft Word. This is amazing.
yeah, you can do that in Microsoft Word, but for a longer process.
Oh,
Okay, so
I didn't know
here
that.
I click chapter 2 and then click chapter 2. So you can scroll down, right? So now, let's just say we have several chapters, and let's say chapter 4 is on the 100th page. So we are able to go to chapter 4 easily, right? But then to go back to the table of content, we have to scroll up or control home for
Yeah.
Windows, or command home for, or command up arrow up for Mac. So how do we create now a hyperlink wherein it will be available for all the pages, let's say at the footer part, or the footer or the heading part of each page. So again, what we're going to do now is to create on the footer or in the header. Let's just say the header, so it's easier to see. Okay, so we can put a text on the header area. So let me double click the header part. So there you go. We have now the header area, and then let's just say back to table of contents. So this one, since I put it in the header area, it means that all the pages will have the
Mhm.
same text. So it means page 1, page 2, page 3, and the rest of the document will have the word back to table of contents. And then we will make the table of content as our hyperlink. or what we're going to click is the word table of contents, and then it will go back to this area. So before we can make the table of contents hyperlink, what we need to do is we need to identify where do we want to point it. So let's just say table, let's put the word here, table of contents. So we have to mark a table of contents area by inserting a bookmark here. So how do we insert a bookmark? So we go to insert and then bookmark. So we have created a bookmark for this. So now let's say we go to the heading area. So let's go back to the heading area. We can now highlight this. So when we highlight, we have here the insert link. Okay. So if we click that or we press Control K or Command K, so Control K for Windows, Command K for Mac, we will have this pop-up toolbox wherein we have headings and we also have bookmark. Remember that we bookmark this area. So we just we'll just collapse it and then we select table of contents and then we click apply. So tada, it's now a hyperlink. So let's just say, let's try it now. So we click chapter 4 and then we scroll down to chapter 4. Take note that we have
Yeah.
the header. So we can click the table of contents, table of contents, and then we go back automatically to the top area. So anywhere you go, you have the table of contents on the topmost part of the document, so you can go back easily to the table of contents. So it's what we call hyperlinks. Yeah.
I
So
love
you
this,
have
Gary. This makes it much more easier to navigate through Google Doc for the student who's creating it, as well as for the teacher when they want to check certain information. This is wonderful.
yeah. So again, you can use that. You can create that using the header or the footer area. But normally it's in the footer area. The reason why I just put it in the header area so we can easily, so I don't have to scroll up and down. Okay. So let me drink first. So what else do you want to learn, Gina?
Well, this is really awesome. So after students have basically created their Google Doc, they're going to need to be able to, work together to give feedback to each other, maybe with the teacher. So how do we collaborate to give feedback inside this Google Doc work?
Okay, let's just try it here in chapter 1. So you
Okay.
have access to this document, right, Regina? Oh, before we
This
do before we do the collaboration, so we don't have to type something. So let's say we ask
Sure.
before with the collaboration. Let's just say we want to ask the students to research about an article. So usually what we do is we create a new tab or we go to a new window and then we type in the URL box google.com, and then in the search box we type the topic that we want to do. But
Okay.
without leaving Google Docs, you can research. Why? So when you research, it's easier to cite sources. Okay? So can you give me a topic, Georgina? What do you like to research about?
Let's say technology.
Okay, let's just so to research about technology, for example, uh, Google Apps. Okay, so let's click on
Awesome.
tools to research about a specific topic without leaving Google Docs. Just click on
Okay.
tools and then
Okay.
click on explore. Okay, in the explore area
Oh,
or in the explore area, there is search your docs and the web. So if you notice, you can search the web without leaving your Google Docs. So let's say Google Apps or G Suite. Okay, now it will look for. It's like researching using Google. So you have plenty of
okay.
resources. Okay, so let's just say what is Google Apps or what is G Suite? Okay, so that's our question. So let's say
Okay.
we want to look for its definition, and then let's see. We want to read everything here. So all we need to do is click the link. When we click the link, it will
Um,
open a new tab. Okay. Once it opens a new tab, so we will see the definition of the topic. So let's say, where is that definition? Okay. So let's just say we want to copy this. Okay. So let's just copy this one, and then we can
Okay.
go back to our document, and then let me put it here. So I'll just paste it here, and then let's say again, this is about G Suite. Okay. So let
Okay.
me make it bigger. So let's say 24. Now, usually the students are being uh, they have a problem with their teachers because they are not citing their sources properly, right? That's the problem,
Uh-oh.
citing of
Yeah.
sources. So take note that we use tools and then explore and then we type the topic here.
Okay.
To cite our sources, what we need to do is click this More Actions button, and if you will see, it means select citation format, which means, let's say, in the Philippines, we make use of APA. So we click the More Action button and select the format. So it means that we are ready to cite our source in APA format. Next, take note that this is the source of our text, right? So
Yeah.
if you notice, when I move my mouse pointer here, something appears on the right side, which means cite as footnote. So let me show
Automatically,
first.
Gary?
Yes.
Wow.
So let me show first the footnote. So the footnote, there's nothing in the footnote. This is the footnote area. Now let me go back to the sidebar for the tools and let me cite it. So I will click it now and look what will happen. Look what will happen to the, where is that one? Okay. When I cite this one, two, and click, and we have a superscript one, which means it's already cited as footnote. So let's go down to the footer area. There you go. So it is now cited as APA.
Wow. It
So
did
let's,
everything for us, Gary. That is so amazing.
yeah. So it's easier now to tell students, please cite your source. Just make use of Google Docs. So that's how you cite sources. So
I
now
really
let's,
love how it's intuitively like inside the same window as the Google Doc. I like the fact that I don't need to go between two different tabs.
yes. So it's so easy to do and cite sources, right? So well, the problem with the old ways, usually we create a new tab and then we type what is, let's say, G Suite. So the problem there is that we can copy and paste, but then it will be harder for us to cite
Mm,
our sources. So citing sources is important, but we don't have to be too technical about we don't have to memorize how to cite the correct
right.
formatting. So instead of worrying about what's the format again, so we just make use of the tools and then explore and then make use of this search bar to look for a topic and research for it. Okay.
Gary, can you tell me? It looks like when you clicked on Tools Explore, it looked like that same icon is in the bottom right of my screen. Is that correct? Or do you see that button
Yes,
down there?
yes, yes, yes. It's there you go. So you can also do that. So instead of clicking tools and then explore, you can simply click this one and you will have the same thing.
The same
Okay?
thing. Wow.
Yes. So let's say if you don't want to research but you want to know the definition of a word, let's say the keyword there is define, let's say mail merge. So to know
Okay.
what do we mean by mail merge, there you go. So it's just the same. So you can
Wow.
cite again in MLA, Chicago, or APA format, and then you can cite your source properly by clicking the Cite as Footnote. So very easy to do. So no worries about citing sources. Okay, what else do we
I
have
love
here?
it. I wondered if you could, because I want to know how we can, share and collaborate if we want to give
Yeah. Okay,
feedback
that
to
was my
each
question
other. What do you think?
earlier.
Yeah?
Yes, yes, yes. So for example, this is my definition. Okay, let's just say this is your work, or this is my work, and let's just pretend that you are my teacher. So
Okay.
to share it, to submit it, and let's say it's just an initial submission. Let's say you want to make a comment on this one.
Okay.
Instead of using email and then attachment, and then when you get the attachment, usually we download the file and we create a new copy, right, of the document. So
Yeah.
that will become the second copy of the document. And then when you
Okay.
return it to me, that will be the when you return it to me as an email attachment, I will download the file, and then that will be the third copy. So now
Yeah.
I have two copies of the document. To prevent confusion, which one is the latest, which one is the updated one, we don't have to we don't have to attach it via email. In the 21st century, the keyword is sharing or share. So that is why we have here on the upper right, share. So to submit or to give you this document, all I need to do is click share, and then since I don't have a title for the document or the file name, it is now asking me to give a name. So let's just make use of the file name Google Docs 101 and then click save. And then since we have saved it, now I can now share it with others. So let's me type your email. So say Georgina. Okay, let me. There you go. So I'll just click your name, and then please comment on my research, for example. Now,
Okay.
by default, it is can edit. There are three ways to share the document. So by default, it is can edit. Can edit means that you have the control. You have all the thing. You can edit the document. Basically, you can type anything. You can delete anything. You can do whatever you want with the document. Okay.
Okay.
So we only share the document to the people that we trust. Okay. So that's
Ah, that's
how.
important.
Yeah. So that's why we share it to others as can edit. Okay. Now, for example, you want to get suggestion from others. You want to get their input, but you don't want them to really delete everything in your document or do
Yeah.
something in your document. We make use of can comment. Okay. So can comment. So they can only suggest, but you have the power to reject or to approve their suggestion. While the last one is you're sharing the document, but they cannot do anything with the document. They can just read it, which is
Okay.
they can just view it. So that's the can view. So can
That's
view,
really good if we have
can comment,
materials that we don't
and
want them
edit.
to change anything. That's really good.
Yes, correct. Or let's say you want to have a template or just a memo, you just share the document as can view. Okay? So any other question?
Yes, so you're going to share that with me and then
Yeah, I
we
just
can
click
comment.
send. Okay, now
Perfect.
so
Yay.
you have now access to the document, so you can now open the document. So I know that you're in the document because I can see you. Hey, here's
Yay.
the mail. So when you're both present in the document, you can see the profile photo on the upper right, and
Yep.
I can see that you're in color pink. So it means there you are. So when I click your profile icon, I can see this one. So it means your cursor is basically between H and O, which means you can type now in the document. And I can also
Okay.
type in the document. So
At
that
the
is what
same
we call,
time.
yes, at the same time. So it's Gary here. Let's say it's Gary here. So you can also type your something in there. So
Oh, wow.
we are now typing on the same document at the same time. Now, let's say there usually we have group works. We ask students to do group works, right?
Okay.
So maximum of 50 people can edit at the same time. Imagine that. One document, 50 people at the same
That's a lot of
time.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can finish or you can accomplish a report or a research easily because there are a lot of people typing in the document, right? So
We
it's
can
now,
finish a whole book by that time, Gary. A whole book
yes,
with 50 people.
correct. So the problem with collaboration online is who did what. Let's
Ah,
say if with the students, they can just claim like they can just print the document or submit the document through the email to their teachers and claim that I did everything, right? So that will be a problem. So there's no worry about, we should not worry about who did what, because we can easily go to the menu. We can easily go to the menu, click file, and we can go to version history and see version history. When we click that one,
Wow.
we can see that today at 2:05 Gary did something which is in color green, and at 2:35 you and I did something to the document. And if you will notice, there
Oh,
are
it's
changes.
colored.
Yes, it's colored. So if there are 50 people, so there will be 50 different colors, and you get the time and the date when it was done. So there, no one can claim that they did everything, because this log file or the version history cannot be manipulated by anyone, even the owner of the document. So
That's a really nice feature for educators to be able to see like who's doing the majority of the group work and be able to get
correct.
feedback throughout the creation process. That's excellent. I really like that.
Yes. So now, since it's more of collaboration, let's say I want to I let's say what let's say I want to comment on this and ask you question. Okay?
Okay.
Since there are a lot of people in the document, so I can highlight a text, and then if when I highlight the text, look what will happen on the right side. Something
Okay.
appears on the right side, which means I can add a comment. So I can add a comment on,
Oh.
and then ask a question like, what kind of tablet? So the thing is, I can just simply click comment, and it's now a comment. So we can now discuss what kind of tablet. And since you have access to this one, you can simply click this one and then you reply. The thing is, if there are a lot of people in the document and you want to address the question to a specific person, what we can do is, when you ask a question like this and you want a specific person to answer the question, all you need to do is click the plus sign, and then let's say Gina, type your email address, and then there you go. What is the difference between this one?
Ah.
When you click save, you can, let's just wait for a while. We can now assign this one, this question, this actual comment of mine. Basically, I'm assigning this question to you. That's what
Okay.
the plus sign means.
So does that mean that it's going to send me something, Gary, or it just I have to log in to see my name, or how does that
Okay.
work?
When you click the plus sign and put the email of the person, you will get a notification or an update from your in your email, and then you will see the
Email.
details.
Okay.
And then you can open the document and work on the document itself. So that's collaboration in Google Docs. So you can now discuss, basically commenting is you are talking about the document. It's like chatting within
Okay.
in the document, but not ruining the document itself. Okay?
And Gary, those comments are going to stay on the side of the document the whole time that it's open, then that's it. Once they're there, that's it.
Okay. Once it's there, that's it. But when you click resolve, it will be gone, but not really gone, because if you want to see
Ah,
all the comments, you can just go back to the comments by clicking the call out beside on the left side of the share button, and you will see all the conversation. So
that's
basically it
amazing.
logs everything. Okay, so there you go.
I love
Now,
that. So we actually have a version history of the work in the Google Doc as well as the comments. This is brilliant. This is like my
yes,
new favorite tool.
yes, this will the next one will be your favorite one, I'm sure. Okay,
Okay, I'm waiting.
now let's say we're not yet done with the research and you have a lot of ideas and you're
Okay.
tired of typing a lot of things. So what can you do if you have a lot of things in mind and you're tired of typing? And
Hmm.
not everyone is good with typing. Not everyone knows the proper keyboarding, right? So sometimes if you're not very good with if your typing skills are not so good, you have a lot of ideas. when you type slow, sometimes the idea goes away, right? So the solution is
Mm.
you click on tools and then you use voice typing. So voice typing means you don't have to type. You just dictate what you want to type. Okay?
Really?
So
I just speak?
yes. Oh, so how do you do this? You click on
Oh.
tools and then you click voice typing. And then you have to, in my case, I allow this one. So it is not prompting me to allow Google Docs to use the microphone. So now it's gray. So there's an instruction, click to speak. So let me click it and then say, take note, my cursor is somewhere here. When I click it, good afternoon. Here we are discussing Google Docs 101. There you go. See? So everything is typed for me. Oh, now it's still typing because it can hear me. Okay, let me press enter or the return keys twice. And then let me say, magandang hapon. Oops, wait. Oh, okay. Let me pause it and then let me delete some text and then do it again. Again, to do voice typing, click on tools and then voice typing. And this one will appear. You click it and then start saying magandang hapon. Okay, there you go. So it can understand English and Filipino. Filipino is our national language here in the Philippines.
That's so beautiful.
Can you try it out? Can you go
Yes, let's
ask
give
on the
this a
next line
try.
and then say something in Spanish or in your aside from English, any language that you know. Go
Yes,
ahead.
yes, let's give this a try here. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
There you go.
Oh, that's wonderful. That means hello in Arabic.
Ah, that's good to know. So you see, if you are tired, you can, and if you want to continue working, you can just dictate what you need to type.
I
Okay?
love this. This is so simple to use. And I love the fact that it recognizes different languages. This is going to
Yeah.
make it really accessible for a lot of students at our school.
Yes. So you don't lose any idea because you're just slow in typing. You can just dictate it by
Yeah.
using voice typing. Okay, what else do we need? Do we have other questions? So what else do we need?
Yes, I wondered if, so sometimes students, they're asking me to be able to show, we have a lot of learners that are visual. So if I want to
Mhm.
be able to add an image to my text to show
Ah,
example, maybe a flow chart or an icon or something like this, how do we do that?
so if you have an existing image and then you want to include it in your document, let's say you save it in
Yeah.
your photo or in your Google Drive, to insert an image, just click on insert and then, oops, where's that? Image, insert image, and then you have several options. So you can upload directly from your computer or you can search the web.
Okay.
Okay, so when you click insert image, you can search the web before you can insert it if you want to look for it first. Or anything in your drive, you can insert it. Or if you have photos, you can insert it. Or if you have the URL of the photo, just simply click URL. Or if you have a
Mm.
built-in camera from your unit, you can just take a photo. Let's say, let's try it now. Let me take a picture of myself. Okay, so let me click insert image and then camera, and then there you go.
Oh, I love it. Kids
And
love
then
taking
click,
selfies, right, Gary?
yes, there you go. So what we can also do with the photo is we can crop it. Let's say I don't want to show that photo of mine. I will just click the crop icon and
Okay.
then just drag the placeholder and then the other placeholder and then press the return key and then since it's not uh, proportion, I can just change the height to make it look better. There you go. And
I love that.
I can also rotate that one. There you go. There.
That's so
So
much
that's how
fun.
you
Can I change the shape if I want to, Gary, of the image, or
the
it has to be
shape.
square all the time?
Okay. I haven't explored that here in Google Docs, but in Google Slide, yes, you can. I have not
Okay.
explored that one.
Okay, so we'll see if we can find that out then. I'm gonna
Okay.
take a look at the crop tools. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think in Google Slides we can use the crop tool and it has different shapes, but when I
Yes,
click
but
crop on the
in
Google Doc,
not possible. I don't know if
yeah,
that
no, but
okay. Maybe okay. Let me try it here from Google Slide. Okay, let's let's say we have a new slide, a blank one. Okay, and then let me insert an image from the camera, and then let me take again a picture of myself there, and then I'll insert that one to change the image or the shape of this one. So this is in a rectangle. I can crop using this one. And then let's say I want to have it uh, like a
yeah,
call out. So I can use, let's say, this one. There you go. So we
I
can do
love
that
it.
you can do that in Google Slide. But maybe your question is how to do that in Google Docs. So we can just
Yeah.
copy, and then let's paste it here. Oh no, it's not really possible.
Oh, but at least we tried, right, Gary? That's the
Yes.
most important thing.
Another
So
another
now we
solution
know.
may be we create it in drawing. Maybe we can create this in drawing, and then we have the background to be transparent, and then put it in create a new file of it, and then insert it in Google Docs. That's another
Yeah,
option.
great.
There you go. Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
so my last question was about Bibliography Creator. I'd
Oh,
heard something about that when I was teaching the students how to make bibliographies, and I found something like that, but I couldn't see it when I went into Google Docs, so I don't really know if you
okay.
know where it is.
So basically it's an add-on. Let me put some before Google before the bibliography, because sometimes there are a lot of references. It can be in a book, in a journal, or a website. So
Ah,
we can cite all our sources in the reference part or on the last page of the document. So
okay.
but before we discuss that, I remembered something. Because it is with the use of an add-on. So an add-on is basically not always present in all Google Docs because you have to install it. So to install an add-on, just go to add-ons and you get add-ons. Okay, get add-ons.
Okay.
So if you notice, I have plenty of add-ons. I will
I
only
saw that.
I will for today's episode I will show you how to use Google Doc Tools, and this one is the answer to your question. So let me show you first
Ah,
Doc Tools. Okay. So what is Doc Tools? So let's say we have banana. Oh wait, sorry, banana, mango, apple, cherry, uh, carrots. Yeah. Okay. And then let's say I have plenty. Another one is cabbage. Okay. So let's say before I submitted this one, let's say you're my teacher, and then you want these items alphabetically arranged. So if I don't know any better, I'll just click and drag or retype everything. But if I have hundreds, it will be difficult to
oh,
do. So what I can do is highlight everything, and
okay.
then using an add-on called Doc Tools, Doc to add on Doc Tools, and then I can sort them in ascending order. Look what will happen. There you go.
Wow.
So that is an add-on. So what is an
What a
add-on
treat.
basically? An add-on makes our life easier. So
It
since we're
definitely looks
using a
like it.
document, It makes it easier to create a document to change the content or the bulleted list in alphabetical order. Now, earlier we have, sorry, earlier we have a table, right?
Yeah.
So let's say we have banana. Okay, let me say Charlie.
I love bananas, Gary. This is brilliant.
Yes, Charlie, Echo. Let's say Delta, Foxtrot, Foxtrot, and then let's say Zulu, umbrella. So I'm just typing random words, okay? So Nancy and then Nancy. Okay. Okay. So because earlier we have a bulleted list, right? Now you can also sort anything inside the table. So let's say, okay, let me go back here and change this to Mike. Mike, and then let me add something here. Let's say blue, okay, and then green, okay, and then let's say alpha, okay. So if we want to arrange the content of this table in a specific using a specific column, let me put over here uh, golf, okay, and then here let's say hotel, yeah, okay. So let's say we want to arrange the content of this using a specific column. We can also do that by highlighting everything and then using again an add-on called Doc Tools, and
Yeah.
then we can now sort the selection in ascending. But this time there's a difference. It will ask for which column would you like to use as the sorting column. So
Okay.
my internet connection is a bit slow. Let me drink first while it's loading.
Yeah. This is really exciting stuff, Gary. There's some really amazing tips and tricks for Google Docs that we can all use in the classrooms right away. So thank you for showing
So
us this.
now it's here. So my table has header row. So it's automatically checked because it has a header row. So I'll make use of, let's say, I'll use the second column, third column, fourth column. So just identify. For now, for the purpose of our demonstration, let's make use of heading 1. So once I click sort, take note what will happen to this, and this. I'll click sort, and then it will start with echo, and then gree, and then mine. There you go.
Wow.
So these are add-ons. Add-ons makes our life so easy.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it looks like it's pretty easy to use. So can any teacher go and add these like at my school, or does my IT department have to do anything?
Okay. It depends. If it's a personal account, you can
Yeah.
easily add an add-on by clicking add-ons and then go to add-ons if it's your personal
Okay.
account. Now, if it's a Google account or an Edu account, it depends on the setting of your admin. So
Okay.
if it's allowed by your admin, you can easily add the add-on. Or let's
Okay.
say a lot of students or teachers in the school are using the add-on. They can push the add-on to all the accounts in the
Ah.
using the admin console. So if you identify as teachers, you can identify what are the add-ons that we can use in the education. So you identify them and then let your admin push it to all the accounts. There
Okay.
you go. So now, to answer your question earlier, let's make use of the add-on Easy Bibliography Creator. So
Okay.
what is this? This is to cite all your sources, even though it's a journal, not a web or a website or a book. We can we can do that by clicking add-ons and then Easy Bibliography and then Manage Bibliography. Now, here there are several steps that you need to do. We
Okay.
have to, number one, let's say, oh, can you try it out? I'll just
Yes.
tell you what to do.
Okay,
uh,
go ahead.
so, do you know how to install an add-on?
Yeah. You just
Okay,
showed me. So I'm going to click on Get Add-on.
so, and then look for Easy Bibliography Creator.
Easy Bibliography Creator. Oh, I found it.
Yes, so just install it. It's free.
Okay.
Docs are also free. A lot of free, useful add-ons are available if you're using Google Docs. These are the things that we don't have with other word processing applications.
Okay.
So,
Oh, this seems pretty easy. Install, verify my login, and now it's just
yeah,
installing it for me. So that's really easy, Gary.
that's very easy. It's like using an app. So when you install an app from your on your phone, you just have to agree with the terms because if not, you cannot use it. Okay.
Okay.
So once it's installed, all you need to do is go back to the menu and click add-ons. So
It's
we're working on the same document, right?
I am, yes, and it's still installing, so it might just be another minute or two, yeah?
Okay, okay. So there's a lot of things that you can do. These are just the basic of Google Docs. So
Okay.
there's a lot of features. What?
Okay, it's installed now, Gary.
Okay, so once it's installed, click add-ons
Yeah.
and then go to Easy Bibliography and then you click the item there, manage. Okay.
Okay, so it looks like, Gary, even though it says it's installed, I'm going to refresh the document and see.
Ah,
Looks like I have only access. There we go. Manage bibliography. Okay, I'm ready.
can you share your screen so they can see the?
Yeah, sure.
Because right
1 second.
now, what we have is my screen. Okay. It's so exciting to use Google Docs. There are a lot of things that you
Yeah.
can do.
All right,
And
1 second.
if a teacher or a student or a person is familiar with the ecosystem of Google, you can see the, the, the you can see clearly why you have to use Google Docs. Okay, there you go. So in the box, just type there the book that you are which you use as a reference. If it's a book or if it's a journal, just type it there and you should see it on the web. And then what you need to do
Okay.
is just click the add bibliography to doc. So first you have to search for the book by typing the title. Once you see it,
Okay, so I'm going to enter the book that I'm reading right now.
okay, there you go. So click
And
search
there we
and
go.
let's say select. When you click select,
Okay.
there's one more step.
Okay, I clicked select.
And then add bibliography to doc. There you go. So if you go to the last part of the document, it created something at the end of the document.
Okay, let's go down. Oh, I see it. There it is, guys.
Can you show it to the?
This,
There you go. See? So it's
that's
so
wonderful.
very, very easy to do. That is why I love it.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so this is going to be really easy for my students to use as well because they have to do is find the book and then add it, and it adds all the information for them. You know, when I was in school, Gary, I feel a little old now, but when I was in school, I had to remember the author, then the title, the year, and write
yeah,
everything down. So it's nice that Google makes that part easy for us.
very easy because we don't have to deal with that headache anymore.
Yeah, this is
So citing
wonderful.
sources as footnote. There you go.
Sorry?
Citing sources as footnote and then citing your references as reference. You can easily do that using Google Docs.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
So we have a pretty comprehensive Google Doc assignment that we finished together today, Gary.
There's more. There's more. Okay, let me give you one more. For
Okay.
example, earlier we were able to comment by highlighting a text and then we click the add comment, right?
Yes.
Now, let's say you are too tired to type in the comment. Okay, what you need to do is you enable again tools and then voice typing. So instead of typing the comment, we
Oops.
can just dictate also the comment. Okay. But how to
Okay.
create a voice typing comment is basically first we have to highlight the text. So you click cancel, you click on the cancel.
Yeah.
Okay. So you click on okay, there you go. So highlight the text, that's the first step.
Okay, so let's highlight this text here.
Okay, and then click on tools
Tools.
and then voice typing. Okay. So but we are not going to type our comment. So I will let you do it. I'll just give you the instruction. When you click
Okay.
when you click the microphone, your command will be insert comment followed by your actual comment.
Okay, so I'm going to click on voice,
And then you
click to
say
speak.
insert comment and the actual comment itself.
Okay, so can I give that a go now?
Go ahead.
Okay. Insert comment. I like the way you wrote a full sentence. Well done. Full stop.
Oh, you click it. Did you click the microphone?
So I clicked the microphone, but I'm just going to undo that because I think, okay, let me try that again. So I select the text.
Do not unclick the microphone. Okay, just wait for something. There will be a pop-up text wherein it verifies if you want to insert that comment.
Okay, so when I click tools and voice typing,
Mhm. So you will enable the microphone and you will say the command insert comment followed by your actual comment. Do not unclick the microphone.
don't
Okay?
unclick the microphone. Okay. Insert comment.
Oh, wait, you have to click the microphone now. But later, so you have to click it first and then you say insert comment and the actual comment.
Insert comment. I think maybe it's the way I have my Mac set up because when I click on it once, I can't hold it down. So I'm not able to not release the click. But I'm really excited about this feature and I'm going to give this a try to see if I can play with the settings on my Mac.
Okay, because
But for everybody else watching, they would just hold down the speaker button.
no, you don't hold it up. Just click it once and then release. And then you say insert comment and then followed by the actual comment. Let me try it out. Okay.
Okay.
Let me let me share my screen again and then
Okay.
let's go back to that document. So let's say this one. So I will instead so can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so I highlighted tablet and then I will click on tools and then voice typing. Now insert comment. What type of tablet? Okay, I think it's not working properly because my internet it's a bit slow. So it recognized that it will replace the highlighted word. But if my internet is good, it will have a what do you call this? A tooltip, a text, an alternate text in the microphone, and all we need to do is click the text, and it will become a comment. Anyway, maybe
Great.
for those who are watching us right now, just explore on it and you'll see what it happens. Make sure that you have a good internet connection.
No, this is a really great feature. I mean, being able to use voice to type tool is incredible. Thanks for showing us that, Gary.
You're welcome. Okay, so what else?
I think that's it for the questions that we had over here for Google Docs.
Okay, so let's say for the viewers, if you have any question and let's say later on you practice how to use all these tools or these features, just leave us a comment and we'll try to answer your comment as soon as we can. And happy to share with you.
Shall we let them know that we'll post the doc as well, Gary, for them to see what we covered in the session today?
Sure, sure, sure. So we'll leave the shortened URL in the description of the video, so everyone can see the outline, so they can create their own. They can practice. Okay, I'll
Okay.
put it in the comments area. So for now, Gina,
Are
are
you
you
still
still
there,
there?
Gary?
Yes, yes. So for now, adios. So
Okay, I
see you
think we're
next
having,
time.
yes, thanks for joining, everybody.
Bye, everyone.